No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm in here with the one and only Mona Love.
AKA Don't Call Me White Girl.
AKA Don't Call Me White Girl.
Yeah, that's me.
How you doing?
Philadelphia Zone. I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm at No Jumper.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm in LA. It's my first time in LA.
And you love it.
I love it a lot.
And you're wondering why you chose to live in Philadelphia your entire life?
Yeah. I just added an extra day. That's how much I like it.
A single day, though.
Maybe I'll just stay forever.
I mean, why not?
You got space?
What, in my home? In this office?
Yeah, somewhere.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know how my girl or the baby would feel about that, but...
I cook, though.
You cook?
I fry really good chicken.
Really?
Like, I fry it well, like hard.
You're going to have to bake it for us. We don't...
What?
We're on diets.
Maybe air fryer.
We do have that.
Yeah, I could do that. That's as healthy as I go.
You have the air fryer now.
No, I don't have one.
You don't
but I know
have
how to
one, but
operate
you've heard
one.
about it?
Yeah.
Everybody's heard about it.
Yeah, I like my shit in grease.
In Greece. Okay.
Saturated.
Nice. So, okay, Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was
Lived
your
in
upbringing?
Delaware for some years.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Delaware and Philly's close. Like if you're in Philadelphia and you want a notch above, you go to Delaware.
But what might you do in Delaware?
Nothing. You work, you eat, you poop, and that's it. Yeah, it's suburban, suburban like life.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would escape Philly from time to time, head on over to Delaware?
Something like that. My mom brought me as a teenager, so that's what introduced me.
Smallest state, right?
Right, and no taxes. So I bought out my first house in Delaware.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what you do. You go to Delaware, Adam.
Okay. We'll get to the house buying. But what was your youth like, your childhood?
Shitty. I had a really shitty childhood. I was the only child. Shout out to the only children. Where's my camera here? Shout out to the only kids. Weirdo, you.
You were an only child?
Yeah, I'm the only child. So I was raised by myself. My mother worked all the time. I was by myself constantly.
Right.
I think maybe that's where the creativity comes from.
Really? So you were by yourself throughout, like, your whole childhood?
I'll put it like this. My favorite pastime, I would do, like, imaginary play, and I would have, like, a class of 30 kids, because I was from North Philly, and the kids would be 30 kids in a class. And then I would have a principal and a teacher assistant, but I'm the only person there. Because I had to cuss the teacher assistant out, so I had somebody to scream at.
Okay.
Because the principal would scream at me.
Right. So you think that you were extra creative because you wanted people to sort of grasp what you were doing?
You spend so much time alone. All you are in is your head when you grow up like that. Like I had cousins and shit, but my day-to-day, I was by myself. My mother was at work.
Right.
Yeah.
You grew up in a nice area or like?
No, I'm from North Philly.
North Philly.
Yeah. I would get on like public transportation by myself, 8, 9, catch the bus, get to camp. I went to camp in the suburbs. My mother was a nurse, so my mother knew a little better. So we lived a bit better. Like my mother owned her house. I had a radio, the 3-piece. Remember that? I don't know how old you are.
3-piece?
It used to be, Adam.
How old are you?
No.
Oh, I should have looked it up.
Come on.
I should have looked it up.
I'm over 30, under 40.
Same.
In the middle of that.
I'm towards the latter end of that.
Are you?
38.
You look good. I'm younger than you.
It's the salads. It's the lack of fried chicken.
Yeah, I'm proud of being a 80s baby, though. Because the other ones are weird. They're a bit weird. The 90s kids.
Yeah, fuck all that.
They're strange. They're complainers. They're soft. They pussies. Is that the 2000 kids?
Yeah, the sensitive-ass kids, yeah.
No, we lived through the 90s.
Right, where everything was offensive.
The start of reality television.
Real world.
Jerry Springer.
Heather B.
Moni Love.
Heather B. You don't remember Heather B. from the Real World?
For sure. She's on the radio now, yeah.
I just remember when the cowboy dude thought that she was a drug dealer because she had a pager. And when I went to do Sway's show, I was so geeked because I thought I was going to meet her, and then it was like a different show, and she wasn't there.
Yeah, and they just did a reboot.
With all the original cast?
Kind of, the Tammy cast. Remember Tammy Roman? You remember her cast, the LA cast?
If I saw him, I probably... Because I watched like the first 8 or 9 seasons before I stopped.
So I know you saw it. Remember when the black guy dragged the girl through the house?
Yes.
That's Tammy. And Tammy did reality television after that, basketball-wise, and she doing stuff in BET. Tammy, I feel like I watched her grow on television.
You think they made that seem worse than it was? Like, the dude was dragging the girl around by the blanket, but...
The way it appears, Tammy made it worse.
Yeah, like
but technically, I'm a woman. I'm not supposed to say that.
Right, but she kind of hyped it up and
I'm
made
not
it
supposed to say she piped it. She loved it. She enjoyed the whole thing.
This is No Jumper, so you're allowed to doubt anybody's narrative.
She enjoyed the whole fucking thing. The whole thing was like, then when she went in the bathroom and thought about that thing, she was like, I think my pussy was out. Did I shave? You know what I mean? Because as a woman, you get ready for stuff like that. Get the cat ready for different situations. So she might have just had a layer in a house cat.
Right.
Now this motherfucker exposes it.
Right.
And everybody's seeing how hairy the cat get.
been a bunch of times in my life where like you're hanging out with a girl, you are trying to get her alone, you're trying to get her to come back to the crib, and you very much get the feeling that she's saying no, but she doesn't really want to say no. She just knows that her vagina is not in a fuckable state at that moment.
That is the smartest thing I think I heard a man say. Because a guy would get so upset and it's like, no, I didn't shower.
But like if a girl's on her period, you'll be able to tell because she'll just be like, no, it's not happening.
Well,
but when you know the pussy's a little yucky, then they'll be like, I can't.
Phelps says debris. Phelps says debris. That's his thing. When the ass gets debris in it.
Oh, there's debris in there, yeah.
Yeah.
DNA, all that shit.
The best sex is like the funky sex a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, for sure. Like when you're not supposed to be doing it.
How funky?
Come on. Not
like I haven't showered for 3 days.
No, not homeless. Y'all live together?
I hit my girl with that sometimes.
Y'all live together? If y'all live together, you don't know shower for 3 days, it's a go still.
Yeah.
Depending on the debris in the
But
butt.
I do feel like it's disrespectful.
To who?
Her?
Oh, because of you.
I'm subjecting you to this filthy dick? Yeah.
If she's freshly showered and you're 3 days in?
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's right. That's wild. Leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
Find somewhere to go. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so what do you like through high school? What personality type do you take on?
I went to I was funny as shit always. And I went to, I get suspended and I went to jail 9th grade. I started early getting in trouble.
9th grade, you going to jail?
Yeah, I went to jail. I went to kiddie jail. But you know that they lock the kids for prison pipeline. They do that for money. Now when I look back on it, I needed therapy. Adam, not jail. You know what I mean?
What did you do? You stabbed somebody?
Hit a teacher.
With
She
a
hit me
knife?
first. My hands.
Okay.
We were hand in hand in it.
You just swung on her? What'd she do?
Shout out to Miss St. Julian, bitch.
That's pretty cool. You can remember even one teacher's
I will
name because
never
I got
forget.
none.
I don't have any, but the ones I got into little scuffles with, I
Right.
remember. She was telling me to leave the room, right? And it was a packed house, a packed class, because it always was like stand up. I'm telling jokes, I'm living my life. And she told me to leave, and I'm like, okay, I'll leave, but of course I have to do my exit. So I'm like, Booby, I'm gonna call you. I'll meet you at lunch,
Some
right?
shout outs on the way out the door.
See
yeah.
you at the locker room. And she's like, let's go. And I'm like, get me. Shaquita called me, and then she gives me a shove or two. And I gave her a few back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was it. But I went to jail for that. I got in trouble and I got kicked out of
Jail.
school. The best part of that whole story is, being that it happened in 9th grade, my rep was crazy because by the time the shit got around the school, they were saying I threw the bitch down the steps.
Really?
So niggas treated me like a gangster the whole time. Like, you know her. That's the one that beat the teacher up.
Wow.
That's the one that threw the teacher out the window. You know what I mean?
That's really cool.
And I never debated, no, this is what happened. I always was like, yeah, that's me.
That was the beginning of you building your influence.
My rep. You know what I'm saying?
Before it was followers, it was your rep.
Yeah, exactly. No, I hated school though. I really did. It was a terrible place, public school.
How long did they keep you locked up?
No, I didn't do time. I just went, stayed, bailed out, and then I went to the little kiddie jail, school jail type of vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were sorting you out like that?
Yeah,
They
it's
put
like
you
a-
in a different school.
Let me put this out there. First of all, my mother paid for an attorney. I remember that clearly. She was like, no way. They're not going to throw you in jail. You know what I mean? So without the attorney, who knows? With the attorney, I got that kind of deal where if I went to this place and my behavior was better, blah, 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 I could get back to regular schools to have a regular graduation.
But you remember in school, there was always the kid whose parents would take the kid's side against the school. And I was always jealous because anytime I got in trouble, my parents were on the school side. They
Same.
were on the cop's side. They were like, you got arrested for shoplifting. There's no chance that you didn't do it. They knew I was guilty.
Yeah.
They were on the side of the cops.
My
And
mother
I'm
was on the side of school,
yeah.
not the police.
Okay.
Not the police,
Right.
at all. I remember them being like, you need to come back to the school, because I wasn't supposed to leave school after that. I was supposed to stay, go to jail, whatever. My mother took me. I was like, they want you to come get you. And I'm like, Mom, no, they said, sit here, come on. If they want you to come get you. And then we stayed and they called and called. Then eventually I turned myself in. First she kept saying, those motherfuckers gonna need a bulldozer to get this girl out this house. But after a week, it subsided and we went. But we had an attorney. My mom didn't fuck around. Niggas don't trust the government. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did not go in until I had a fucking attorney, and I was 14.
That's smart. For sure. Okay.
It sounds crazy when I say the story like that.
What did you keep getting in trouble throughout high school or?
Yeah, but suspended, not jail. You know
Nothing
what
crazy,
I mean?
okay.
Just
And were you in the streets, as they say?
I wasn't in the streets per se, but I knew that people like drugs. So I remember I dated a guy who had ADD and he had Adderall, so I sold Adderall. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't consider it the streets. I also worked.
Feels like a victimless crime.
It is a
Selling
victimless
Adderall?
crime. Selling drugs, period, is
You still take
victimless to
Adderall?
me. No,
I was thinking about it the other day.
you should.
You think?
I heard great things. I have ADD though. That's the thing.
I heard that all these fucking journalists in New York and shit, that they're all on Adderall.
No, it's not just journalists. It's everybody's on Adderall.
Everybody is?
Let me tell you something. Follow me here.
Gunna's on Adderall.
In a couple years, I love Gunner.
Me too, but he just seems like he's probably on Adderall.
Well, he has a song called Adderall.
I know, but then there was a clip that came out of him talking about the push and pee thing, and he's just like, "You're pushing pee." Like, he's just talking about it, and it's like, oh my god, like I can see the Adderall oozing out of his body. Pause.
That the whole Gunner thing threw me off. No,
Gunna.
Gun. I
You
know
can't
I say
hard-
Gunner,
don't hard R
and I
Gunner.
know Gunners though. I know people
Me
named
too,
Gunner.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really separate the two.
Right.
Yeah, Gunna is amazing. I love him,
Okay.
and I love the album.
So you're still in the early stages of your podcasting career, where you're sort of shooting shots at all these rappers.
I've been shooting shots at all these rappers since I had like 3K on
Okay.
anything.
Respect.
Straight up. I just asked Big 30 what his Cash App was.
Big 30. Why do you want
I
his
like
cash
Big, I
app?
don't know. I just like him.
You want to just help him live his day?
It was his birthday.
He's gonna buy lean with it.
That's his decision. I don't judge people for drugs, Adam. That's his decision.
I do.
No, I have to tell you something that's very important. You see how this
Shout out
big...
Big 30 though. I like him,
Yeah, I like Big 30.
and I think he should get with you
Big...
when he's in town. Okay.
You know how they had this big thing with the like Oxycontin and Percocet, the opiate big
yeah.
thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be Adderall in like 2 years because the way those problems start is the doctors overprescribing them to make money.
Right.
Because pharmaceutical companies should not be money making companies because
Right.
they help people live.
But I don't think Adderall will kill you the same way that Oxys will.
I mean, it just causes other issues like with your heart and shit like that, especially
Yeah.
when you overusing it. You know
It's
what I
more
mean?
long term. It took them a
Yeah,
while to
for
figure.
sure.
But Adderall's been around longer than Oxys and shit, right?
I don't know because I just know both of them were pushed in the 90s and it's big now. Adderall's, everybody's on Adderall. Everybody. And it's that type of thing. It's not taboo. So people are open with it because they feel like you get more done. Most people do it with that in mind. I'm going to get this done. You know what I mean?
I'm very conscious of my like long term health and like how I feel in the long run. And
Isn't
I feel
that
like
good?
when I take Adderall, I feel and kind of look like a fucking tweaker. Like my mouth is moving around and shit. And I'm
It
just
has
like
that upper thing.
I have a lot of energy normally. The Starbucks makes it a little bit more extreme. The Adderall would send me off the fucking rails.
Yeah. I mean, I have ADD, so I feel like if I took it, I would just probably like organize my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because like when I have done Adderall, it is cool because it makes you laser focused on one thing,
For sure.
which is nice.
Yeah.
For me, there's 5 million things that I'm like trying to work on in any given day.
Shout out to the adults with ADD. I just saw the commercial. It really made me feel for us. It was like, it touched me here.
Yeah. Shout out to all you fucking meth heads out there.
It's hard to focus.
So okay, what do you do when you finish high school?
I was supposed to go to college, like HBCU, because HBCUs take niggas regardless. Like my grades were terrible in my
Historical
attendance.
Black College
Yes.
University? What? You can't be college university, right?
Yeah, that's
Collegiate
right.
university?
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
something. Whatever.
Okay.
Either way, I was supposed to go to North Carolina, one of them, A&T, one of them or something. Instead,
You're saying
moved-
that they'll just take anybody?
Yes, they will. They really work with you to get you in. You know what
Really?
I mean? Like, yeah, they'll find some place to place you
Interesting.
to get more niggas in college, Adam.
Yeah, you gotta
That's the
respect
goal.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How was it? Or where'd you end up going?
I ended up going to fucking community somewhere because this is what happened. That summer, I met a drug dealer. It was my first drug dealer boyfriend. And I was like, I'll do this. You know what I mean?
And to what
I'll
extent?
go with him. I didn't go to school.
How extreme was his drug dealing? He
I
had
used to
bricks?
count like 50,000 cash for him, 75,000. He was a drug dealer.
Selling what? Coke?
Yeah, sell powder.
You were doing it too?
Like, wait, doing coke?
Yeah.
No, I don't do coke.
You never did it?
No.
Wow. Better man than me.
I tried
Woman.
cocaine in Puerto Rico with a drag queen.
When in Rome.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
didn't feel it. That's why it's like, did I try it? Because
Didn't
why didn't I
feel
do
it.
this? Like, nothing
They
happened.
sold you a dummy pack.
I plan on, like, being on coke once I'm rich, because that's in my future.
Ugh.
And I feel like that's the drug of the rich.
Honestly, if you're going to do Coke, get it out of your system young.
The
'Cause
problem with coke is, though, that the way you have to do it is just weird.
you'll fuck your nose up in the long run, too.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
You
But
can
I
put it in
did
your
try
booty
it,
hole.
though. Say what?
You could put it in your booty hole. It's always an option.
We'll talk about it later. You can tell me how to do it.
I mean, I'm not saying I've done it. I just know that there are people doing that.
But the way you said it was like you experienced it, but it's no judgment either
No, I
way.
think people are putting every drug in their ass.
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So it makes me like, how do you know?
No, I'm a white person and I know about all kinds of weird ass white people shit.
You are right. That is true.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Wow, you're a white Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Like a double whammy.
Wait, so okay.
No, white people are cool. But no, I didn't go to school, and I ended up getting in trouble and shit. You know what I mean?
Really?
Because I want the kids at home to know if I went to school, I would have been on a different track.
Right, but instead you're driving around with Beanie Siegel all around town.
Something like it. Shout out to
Really?
Beanie Siegel. I love Beanie Siegel.
It was someone
Huge
else from The
fan.
Rock?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
No, of course not. Come on, Adam.
Okay. You're not going to air them out.
Beanie Siegel's my favorite rapper. I want you to know that. I love rap. I'm not really R&B girl.
Yeah.
I want you to know
Woman
that too.
after my own heart because I hate R&B.
Do you?
Don't understand it at all.
If you had to listen to R&B, would it be like 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? What?
Oh, yeah, I fuck with that old shit,
Yeah.
Motown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when people be trying to get me to listen to fucking Alicia Keys and shit, I'm like, I don't get
Really?
it.
I liked A. Key's first album.
Yeah. I just picked a random woman's name. I don't even...
But high school, I listened to R&B because I thought I was supposed to. So I know all that stuff that came out around that time. But I like rap. R&B makes you sad. It's like oh, he left, he cheated. It's just no. I like more fuck them niggas, kill everybody,
That's
tell
what I'm
crack.
saying. Yeah, when my guy AD, he made me a playlist of all the R&B stuff that he loves, and my basic statement after I listened to it was, it's just a bunch of dudes talking about how good they are at fucking.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear it.
And then most of them are gay, so it's like you really singing about a butthole. That fucks the thing up.
If
Like
you're-
Luther
yeah.
Vandross, perfect example. Love Luther, everybody loves him. He was talking about buttholes.
Right.
There's no judgment, but it's just like,
I just don't find the lyrical content interesting. I mean, I find a lot of the lyrical content rap-wise really fucking boring too, but
yeah.
at least it seems somewhat useful as opposed to just like, oh, I'm feeling on your body. I'm like, what?
I definitely like some. I like Jasmine Sullivan. She makes me cry sometimes. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to listen to shit and cry.
Right.
I want to listen to shit and like work out.
But when R&B changed to the point where people were like also talking about like their car and their jewelry in the same breath
Yeah.
that they're talking about rubbing on your booty.
Yeah, I like the R&B that's like real, like nasty or kind of like sit on it. That's Jasmine Sullivan's. I like that. She's talking about sitting on a dick. So it's not so like, oh, I want. It's like I want to fuck you.
Right.
You know, because women, I feel like women are just as sexual as men, but in R&B for some reason people didn't used to do that. You know what I mean? Like not as much as they do now.
But someone gave me the Erykah Badu album, Baduism.
Yeah.
And I had it in my car, and I realized that I had a CD player, so I put it in there. And I listened to that shit a bunch of times, and I was fucking with it because it felt lofty. It felt like spiritual. Like she was talking about important things
She's
to her.
different.
It wasn't
Yeah.
just like, oh, I'm trying to fuck you. Oh, it feels so good fucking you. I want to fuck you again. Maybe I don't want to fuck you anymore. I feel like that's what like most R&B is. It's pretty much just those themes repeated.
Yeah, me too. It's not my thing.
Okay, so tell us about the day that you got busted with that work.
I ended up going to the feds at like 21 or 22 because I what happened was, this is really what happened. When I graduated high school, I had lived a suburban lifestyle for like 6-7 years. But everything in me was like, you gotta move back to North Philly. You need to be in North Philly. So I moved to North Philly. I'm 18. I have a nice little car and everything. I'm super suburban, but I moved to the projects. I moved to 23rd and Edgeley. Shout out to North Philly, Diamond Street Projects. But it totally like fucked my head up a little bit. Like it kind of changed what my plans were. You know what I mean? My
Right.
peers changed, everything changed. Now this is me looking back.
Well, you start seeing this like fast money. You
Yeah.
see the 50 grand on the ground. You're like, I'm working my ass off trying to get a job. I'm gonna make
Exactly.
30 grand a year.
Going to school to get all this debt, like no. I
Yeah.
thought like that then, but by the time I was like 20, I was already on survival mode with no plan because it's like shit don't work. That's not your boyfriend no more, you know. So I ended up moving like out the county, up the Poconos, and I started selling drugs up there. It's crazy. I went up there. I tried to go to community school, community college. They wouldn't let me in because of my ID. Some old bullshit. I had to wait, and I met somebody. I met a cop, matter of fact, who I don't even know if he worked at the time, but he definitely was a police officer. And he was just telling me how much more they pay for drugs there versus in Philly or other places. So when I went to Philly to like visit, I like looked around and I bought a ball game. And I took the ball game back up and I made like
Is a ball
triple.
game an 8 ball?
An 8 ball, yeah.
Okay.
So I spent $80 on 8 ball, took it up to Poconos, made $300, $350, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, because you make 100 a gram.
Just
so
rinse
it's
and repeat?
3.5, exactly.
You just kept going
bigger,
with it?
Bigger, yeah. But I got indicted probably like a year or two later up there.
How come?
Or a year later.
Somebody snitched on you?
No, yeah. But
Because
it's
I
really,
feel like selling drugs, in my mind, it should be hard to get caught because it's like, you know, I feel like I've been searched so few times in my life, and like having a fucking 8 ball in your pocket it's just so small. Like,
but you're also white.
This is true. I
So,
realize that. But like,
yeah.
I could just imagine myself having an 8 ball on me for my entire life and never getting caught.
Yeah.
But
Let me ask you this.
8 ball's not going to last you that long.
Would you boof it if you had to?
I would boof anything if I had to.
And that's my thing. I hate that about men. Like, I'll say, would you boof it? They're like, no, I wouldn't boof it. It's like, so you'll get a 5-year little stint instead of putting it up your ass. God gave you a pocketbook.
I mean, you go to prison, you're going to be boofing a fucking iPod Nano or some shit because...
That consequence. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. Do it now, do it later, nigga.
I'll be throwing a Nano in there if I have to.
Please. I know bitches that boof the whole car. I got it. Give it. I got it. Here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Anyway, but no, basically, I knew not to deal with this one person. And I feel like he watches my stuff, but I knew not to deal with him because he was like hot up there.
Okay.
And I dealt with him. So eventually, I ended up getting indicted through him. So somebody connected to him told on him and we went.
What kind of evidence do they have on you?
Fucking a plate with like crack on it. They had actual pistols. They had heroin.
Oh, that they
had
found in
weed.
your crib?
No, they found it outside the crib, but it's the feds. They do what they want.
Okay.
Yeah, they found it outside the house.
Okay.
Not even on the grounds. Really, it was at the neighbor crib.
Why was it a federal case?
Because when you in them, first of all, it's the combination of different shit, right? Like you got
guns and the drugs
The guns
together.
protecting
Okay,
the drugs, and you out there, and then on top of it, I feel like those little suburban areas, they'll hit you harder when you from out of town. And that's why they try to call the feds to indict you. They try to like stop niggas from coming up there when those small towns, that's all they want. Those towns are drug towns. Like that's how niggas live. You go out of town. Cause they just sitting there waiting for it. And it's judges, lawyers, everybody get high. It's just what you want. Pick
They
your
know what's
poison.
going on. They know people come from out of town to sell drugs here.
Yeah, it's a fucking what for it though? Supply and demand. Them niggas, what they gonna do? Drive to Philadelphia? They not doing that.
Right.
They don't even know where to go. So it's like if don't nobody bring it up there, then what?
Yeah.
The fuck? The world will fall apart.
You are making it seem pretty easy or just an obvious business opportunity.
I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, as soon as I heard about it, I jumped right in.
Right.
Something similar to how niggas did Bitcoin. You know what I mean? But it was like paper money for me. Like I thought I was so rich. It was crazy.
Because you
I
had
was
what?
good.
How much
I was
you
a
have?
kid.
50 grand?
Nah, I used to have like 15, 20. I was always scared to get a lot. So I was always like a smaller, and I thought that would keep me from going to jail. Wrong. If I could look back on it, I would have said, fuck it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you pled guilty or?
Motherfucking right.
Okay.
Motherfucking right. I had a co-defendant too.
Okay.
I had a co-defendant, and we were able to talk like through the toilet, through the window, so we like coincided each other, so we did well together. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, because they try to separate you.
Yeah.
And for him, I'm chilly. You see me shivering?
Are you? They could turn the heat up.
No,
a little
I'm
bit,
good,
yeah.
but I'm always cold. I'm a real black girl. I'm cold all the time. I eat ice.
Hoes don't get cold. Cardi B told us that.
I'm no hoe then. Huh?
I know, but she
How
said that like about like girls who wear like crazy ass outfits out at night and shit.
That's a different dedication.
Hoes never get cold.
Yeah, that's a different thing though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
My girl, I just always remind her that whenever she bitching about like, oh, I'm too cold.
that's what you say to your woman.
Yeah. Like
The
you want
mother
to
of
look
child.
good or you want to be comfortable? Fuck out of here.
Poor girl.
This
You're
is
a
branding.
Sagittarius.
We're leaving the house. You got to try to look good.
Yeah, I
Hoes don't get
guess.
cold.
Especially out here, everybody looks good out here.
Do they?
They like filters, walking filters.
Mm.
Some girls are like, I wanted to see if she was real.
Really? Where are you hanging out?
I went to Station. That was cool, bro.
You're gonna name a bunch of clubs I never heard of.
Listen, I went to Station 1650, 1840, right? My nigga, I'm sitting in a section, right? You know who's in the other section? I hate to do this on camera, but you know who's in the other section? Tiffany fucking Haddish, making good.
Was this the night she got
Spank
the DUI?
from Philly, huh?
Tiffany Haddish got a DUI the other day, right?
I don't know, did she? I
Yeah.
hope
Well,
not.
unless the news is lying.
I hope not. That sucks.
She
DUI
did.
suck.
Did
That's
you send her
big
a
fear
shot?
of
Because if
mine.
so, you're complicit in this crime.
No, I didn't send her anything. I'm from Philadelphia, so I didn't even look her direction. Like the Philly in me, I can't even like smile back. You know what I mean? That's Joe. So I didn't look at her at all.
That's
I was
cool.
screaming from the inside out.
That's cool that you've been in LA such a short period of time that you're impressed by seeing her.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, that's not it. You want to
wouldn't
know the
really
rest?
care.
That's
I
not it.
seen her backstage at a show and I didn't even think twice
Adam,
about
you're
it.
Adam fucking jumper. What I'm saying to you is the
Am I?
next spot, we go to fucking, shout out to Jossie. Happy birthday, Jossie. We go to Jossie's birthday party. Guess who walking in slippers?
Who?
Puff fucking daddy. Now.
Now
Top
that
that,
my
nigga.
heart would start beating
Try
right
to
there.
play
Yeah.
me. Puff daddy was in there.
Puffy done some shit. Not that she hasn't, but Puffy.
He looks amazing.
Really?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Puff Daddy. I'm a 90s kid.
Mm.
Bad boy. I wanted to do a little jig for that nigga, but I fell back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. You probably
Again, really didn't look at him. Peripheral. You know what I'm saying?
because you're from the East Coast, you got to play it cool. You
yeah,
can't
we don't
fan
do that
out, right?
shit. I don't speak to my family if they too far apart because I got to yell the name.
Okay, wait a minute.
weird.
Aren't you in prison in the story still? All of a sudden you
Yeah,
start
probably.
detouring into Puff Daddy.
That's the ADD thing. You got to
Yeah.
bring me back on track. You're the host.
That's
son.
cool. Well, you're a podcaster, so.
Yeah, so but I ramble on mine. They love it. They
Yeah,
love
you
when I
need
ramble.
somebody like me to like tether you to reality and kind of
Yes.
be like, hey,
That's supposed to
come
be
on.
Tom. That's Tom or Phelps. One of them does that.
Okay,
Sometimes.
right,
The people like it.
definitely. No, but I've seen this dynamic where you have a girl who's full of energy and she talks a lot. But she's sort of flighty. Like she tends to not stay on topic. So you need somebody to sort of rein it in. You know?
Right. So
That's
it's like
the
an
thing.
organized chaos.
Yes.
Because what happens is that I'll be talking about eating ass and then I'll cut it off and then it'll end and then people will be in my DM or they'll message me like, you never finished about how you eat the ass. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have expected that from you.
What, eating ass?
Yeah.
I don't eat ass yet.
Oh.
I will though.
You
I'm
will?
with it.
You looking for the right guy? Puffy?
Husband, no. My husband, I'll eat his ass if he wants it. If my husband wants his ass, I'll eat his. I'm saying that finally here because I think I've been edging towards that for a long time. But if my husband wants his ass ate, I'm eating that shit.
Right. Just to put it in perspective for you, I had a video go viral on Twitter at one point. Actually, I didn't tweet it. My girl put it up, but it's her sucking my dick, this other girl eating my ass, and then I do a flip. I do a 180, and all of a sudden my girl's eating my ass, and the other girl's sucking my dick.
So for real life?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't even
Wow.
retweet it because I try not to retweet porn or anything.
I totally feel like I know you get your ass ate. You give me that, but I wouldn't give you that you would do it on camera and it would be on the internet.
No,
I don't know you like that.
I was a team player that day.
For fucking, that's amazing. I'm impressed by the flip. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Thank you. I try not to bring it up too much because I don't like to brag. You know.
I hate how men are like, oh, don't eat my ass. That's gay. It's so annoying. Why would Jesus put a gland in your ass that makes you feel good if he didn't want you to fuck with it?
From my experience, it doesn't feel that good. Because I had a doctor jam his finger in my ass a couple months ago for the first time because they were like, I had like a weird like infection in my prostate or something. I had to take an antibiotic for a couple of weeks to make
Are
it
you
go
okay?
away. Yeah, I'm fine now, but
Fuck.
he fucking was trying to figure it out. Like, so he had me pee in a cup. And then he fucking jams his finger with a rubber glove on in my ass to try to make cum come out of my dick. And it only was like the tiniest little dribble.
Wait, can we slow down a
It
little
felt
bit?
terrible.
Wait a minute, Adam, please.
I'm like, dudes do this?
Adam, I really am interested in this. Can we slow it down a
Okay,
bit?
yeah.
Okay, so the point of the finger, first of all, how much finger?
I don't know. I was like,
If you could
I was
guess.
like, ah!
If you could gauge it, would you?
He had a rubber glove on covered in lube. I wouldn't be surprised if he got in full second
Two
knuckle.
notches.
I don't think he hit the third knuckle though.
Okay,
Hopefully
okay.
not.
So now the second thing is, the point of that was for you to come.
yeah,
a little bit.
Because they're trying to figure out if you have this certain thing that they can run a test on inside of your cum, and that will prove to them that you like.
But why not like a hand job or something?
Bro, I mean, if this dude started jerking me off, I'm not.
I
I'm
mean,
not
you
feeling
could have
that.
did it yourself. You could have did it yourself, Adam.
I don't. But it's something with your prostate. So I think they have to stimulate your prostate to make this happen.
I didn't know that a doctor would even, but that even proves my point more.
But that was the first time. Actually, no. The other time I had a colonostomy where they fucking you don't have to eat. You don't eat for like a whole day, and then they end up putting their finger in your ass to like see if there's any like cancer or anything growing in there.
Right, are you good back there? Everything good?
It seems fine now.
God bless you.
But I'm also my
How
girl.
would you get an infection in your ass, Adam? That's the last one.
I don't.
How?
Prostate is your prostate your ass. I don't know, but either way, my girl's tried to finger my ass before, and I'm not having it.
So you don't like it,
Absolutely not.
but you tried it.
She poked it one time. She's licked it, but I'm like, do not attempt to cross the seal.
Why?
I just don't particularly want to find out what that's all about.
I don't know. I think that people enjoy it, and I don't think men should make other men feel bad.
No, yeah,
about
it's
it.
great if you're into it. I don't think I'm into it.
Yeah, and I don't think that it means that you're homosexual at all. I mean,
No.
you're homosexual if you sneak and suck your friend's dick sometime, because that's what's going on more than not. More than not, it's not guys getting a little finger up the ass by their girls that are gay.
That doesn't
It's
mean you're
more
gay.
the real tough guys that hang out all the time and they fuck each other in the ass sometime when nobody's
The
paying
only
attention.
thing that can make you gay is if you are doing sexual activities with another man.
I read on Twitter that you're gay if you eat boneless wings.
I would say uncultured. Because that's
Okay.
weird to me.
Yeah, it is. Like, why the fuck are you ordering boneless wings, bro?
Like you didn't have enough chicken nuggets in your life
Somebody
as
in
a
this
kid.
room had boneless wings last night, but I don't want to bring it up.
Oh, probably from fucking Domino's or something.
No, I really know the person that had the
Oh,
boneless.
on your team.
Yeah, my team.
Laura might have had some too, I
Maybe
don't
he'll
know.
be on the team. I don't know how long he'll stay with no bones.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's weird.
We have a wing place that comes every Wednesday after the podcast, and they bring all like 8 different flavors of wings, and we all be going crazy.
What the fuck is today?
Today's
we ain't get
Tuesday.
shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
no,
ain't even
no
give me
wings
water.
today. Oh. So you're in prison
Yeah.
for how long?
First I go because they get you out the house and all that.
Okay.
They refused bail. This was so sucky. It was like the most suckiest part. Because I'm standing there and I'm like, I got money in my attic, nigga. How much? You know what I mean? What's up?
Right.
And then the judge was like making this speech, you're a danger to the community and my grandkids can't play. And I'm like, what the fuck do the kids
Were you
got to
involved in
do?
any shootings or anything?
Fuck no. I was just in my house, allegedly selling crack and stuff. I did, you know what I mean? Not even, it wasn't
You were
even,
cooking it?
Yeah. And I'm
So you
like,
could
"Well,
fact check like the songs about cooking crack? You can be
Yeah.
like, no, that's not how that goes.
Kinda, for sure, yeah. It's crazy because people really do shit like that. Like, people say to me, yeah, I used to sell drugs, and they say some cockamamie shit that don't make no sense. But then it's like, am I supposed to be like, no, the real weight? Now I look like a ghetto-ass bitch, so I just leave it there. But it's like, no, nigga, you didn't sell drugs. You're lying. That's not true. Why would you lie about a crime that you didn't commit? Don't this think that's so strange?
Why? Yeah.
Why would you
does
say you
everybody
did
want to be a
something?
drug dealer? For like the
Yeah.
past 40 years of rap, I don't know.
I guess so. I don't know. Me personally, looking back, like shit, I would like to avoid that shit. Jail's not a place for humans.
Yeah.
The first time I went, and literally the only black people were inmates. So every guard's white, right? And I went and they held me without bail for 90 days, something like that. No bail. Wouldn't let me out.
Wow.
And I had to do this and do that. Like they got so petty. Traffic tickets I couldn't get out. I had to like fix the traffic ticket in Delaware, fix the driving license in Philadelphia. Like I had to do all that to get out.
Wow.
From jail, paying people on the street. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I got like thorough. Like, my best friend's been my best friend for 1,000 years. She's like a lawyer.
How
without a
many
degree.
years in prison did you end up doing?
Like a year.
Oh, just a year.
Yeah, but I went back a time or two.
But it was pretty traumatic.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like in jail, it always feels like you don't know if you're gonna die. Like they gonna kill y'all or they gonna rape you. That's how it feels. Like you never know when he gonna come in. Like, yeah, bitch, you know what time it is.
There was like alpha male girls who were like fucking raping people and shit.
COs.
Oh, the COs were raping people?
I've never felt more uneasy by an inmate versus a CO. You feel
Really?
me? Yeah, these regular niggas, I will fight you, bitch. Like that ain't. You know what I mean? I wasn't somewhere where like knives were big. You know what I mean? So it was like, this is hand-to-hand combat, bitch. I'm about 250 at the time. I'm a big bitch. We could go. That's
You were
not a
250?
problem. Yeah, I was a big girl.
Ooh.
I lost some weight.
Nice.
The biggest I was 285.
Damn.
My ass was so fat though. You
Yeah.
want to see? I'll show you later.
Okay. Were you attracting a different type of guy at that point?
For sure. Like once I lost weight, I lost like 100 pounds, all the young dudes came.
How'd you lose it? Adderall?
Coke. Low
Nice.
carb diet.
I mean, whatever you got to do. you
Yeah,
know?
it was cool though.
Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you proceed with your life after you get out of that?
Honestly, the honest truth is, it really fucked with my confidence, bro. Like I felt like I walked, because I remember because I first got out and then I had to still fight from the street and then go back in for sentence and all that. But like I lost my car, I lost my house. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like a loser.
Why do you lose your house and your car?
Cause they take that shit.
They just take it because they feel like it's been purchased with the proceeds from your criminal
There's so
enterprise?
many different ways that they take it, but they figure out a way for you to lose your shit. They ripped my shit out. I was like renting at the time. You know what I mean? They ripped every piece of her house apart and you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Ripped the vents out, just did dumb shit, left the doors wide open.
Wow.
When I sent my dad up there days later, niggas was walking in the street with my computer because they figured it out like she ain't getting out. I'm gonna just take that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of wild shit going on out there.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay, but then...
But no, it fucked with my confidence, Adam. Like that whole, and then even later when I'm done and I'm sentenced, it's time to like get a new life.
Right.
You're a felon now, and you have to discuss that. Like I know now they're changing that and all that, but back then it's like, what's your felony for?
Right.
Oh, all right. So cocaine. You know what I mean? Like that shit. Like, bro, you're not getting no job. I don't care what they say. And I think that's why recidivism. That's how it is, because it's like, you already, to be real, you already used to a certain income, taking care of yourself independently, whatever, right?
Right.
And you go to jail, And right now, county prisons charge for you to be there. Like when I got niggas in jail and I send the first 200, the county keep that. Then you got to wait for the next piece of money. It's a jail fee to be in jail now. You pay.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like you already fucked up. You know, even if you got support, you come home, you go get this job. The only jobs you can get are the lowest paying jobs, and it's not just that. Because I feel like a lot of people that never experienced it, like you should work at McDonald's, work your way from the bottom. But it's like the lowest paid job also comes with the most disrespect. So it's like, to be realistic, what person that was their own accountant, you know what I mean, security, advertising, marketing, this type of person, a drug dealer, what person's about to let this bitch in college talk to her crazy because you want me to dump the fries? Like, bitch, watch your mouth, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? They talk to you like shit. You know, people pick those positions of power to treat you like shit.
If you're not willing to do that, then you're basically admitting that you kind of like are going to have to stay in prison, right? Because if you can't just sort of do the shitty job, then
you have to figure out in the middle. You know what I mean? You have to
Yeah.
find a middle ground. But I just feel like for us to have more people in jail than anywhere else, there's no game plan when these niggas get out. I just don't understand what is the goal of it. I don't think that people are ever going to look at jail like nothing but a hustle, right? Until it's a thing like a real rehabilitative situation. If not, everybody just getting paid off niggas going in and out of jail. And people are sitting in jail for selling weed. That's fucking crazy. That makes no sense. The same hustle that niggas get money on, go to jail forever. Now, like, all these billionaires about to get rich off of it. Like, how does that make sense? Like, why wouldn't the people get out of jail for selling it, that sold it 10 years ago? It's ridiculous. None of that shit makes sense. That's why nobody trusts that shit or respect it. Like me, I've never had a respect for the law or anything like that. Like, I just don't. I don't trust them. There's nothing trusting about them.
Right.
The first conflict was my kids. Because it's like, I want to be honest with my kids, but I don't want to say, yo, you can't trust them. They get lost in the park and they don't run up to the cop to say I need help. But that's how strong my views are about them niggas. Me, my mother, I come from that. We all feel the same. We don't trust them.
You tell your kid not to go talk to the cop?
I don't. But I'm saying that's the first time I ever even thought, like, what would be the other, because they are here to help. And you talking about a child, that's what a child would have to do.
Have you had that many bad experiences with cops outside of your criminal activity? Because obviously that's the cops' jobs, is to bust you.
Almost every incident I've ever had with a police officer has been bad. Even when I watch them, like my aunt was like 50. I've seen a cop rip her out the house, beat her up, like, cause she talking shit out the door. I've never seen like a good cop. I don't have those experiences. Them niggas nasty, they rude, they underpaid, they stupid, they slow, dumb as shit, real easy to trick. Wow. You know what I mean? But I got pulled over once, right? I'm sitting next to my mother. I hand my mother's information to the cop. He takes it and believes that I'm 50-something. My 50-year-old mother sitting next to me. That's the police.
Wow.
That's an investigative police officer.
So you're just proving that we need like better trained cops to be able to apprehend criminals like yourself.
We need better trained cops to be able to not shoot Americans every motherfucking day for no reason. That's why we need better trained cops, because them niggas look bad out here. They got a lot of bad press, you feel me? And they got a shitty job and they don't get paid enough. Cops and teachers should get paid the most.
So you don't think that we should defund the police? You think we should pay them more?
When I hear the defund the police movement, I totally understand it. But just me, how I grew up, I can't see it. You understand what I'm saying? It seems ridiculous.
From my perspective, it's mostly the people who are saying that are white people who don't ever have to deal with serious crime.
Don't need them niggas like that.
Exactly. It's a luxury belief.
Yeah, I want my 60-year-old aunt living in the projects.
It's a belief you could only really have if you don't need the cops to help you with something at some point in your life, right?
I don't feel like I need them niggas, but at the same time, my 60-year-old aunt lives in the projects. I want her to be able to call the police, and I want them to help her.
Right.
Because she's worked her whole fucking life, and she pays her fucking taxes. So most likely they'll call her a bitch and talk shit to her, because that's how they are in Philadelphia. They're nasty.
Damn.
All of them, they're nasty.
I'm trying to figure out how you get from getting out of prison to like getting into entertainment.
Let's speed this thing up. I get out of jail, whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. I end up having kids, tried the family thing a couple times. I was engaged.
With another drug dealer, or you find a straight-laced guy?
I don't date drug dealers.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a one-time thing?
I mean, I have, but like, as I got older, it's like, they died. That's sad. I was dating a guy that died. It was so sad.
He got killed while you were with him?
Not while we were together, but we were fucking, and he got killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was like I wasn't really official, so I was scared about going to the funeral. So I had to like mourn in silence because I didn't want to draw.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know how bitches get on the internet like, oh my God, you just text me and he got a wife? Like, I didn't want to do that because I didn't know what was up with the nigga situation. So I had to sit in the back with the big Mary J sunglasses on. It was so sad.
Well, that was mature of you.
Like, I couldn't even go to the front and like wail on that nigga like I wanted to.
Right.
I wanted to be like,
But you don't want to piss his baby mamas off?
I didn't know, you know what I mean? I brought my cousins too. We sat in the back because I was going, but I'm going to be quiet.
Wow. So you
I'm
were
a
ready
real
for the
nigga.
smoke at the funeral.
Just in case. But I still wasn't being disrespectful. Like, I didn't even walk up there throwing no shit. Like, glanced.
It is weird when a dude dies that you knew like 30 girls he was fucking and they're all just solemn on their story.
They're
Like,
literally fighting for attention.
and they all kind of want to claim him at the same time.
That's fucked up because most of them dudes are married, they got relationships. Them bitches know their roles. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that to your friend or this person you got this bond enough with that you give him your pussy? Why wouldn't you hold him down and keep your fucking mouth closed? You kept your mouth closed when he was alive. That's the worst.
Right.
It's disgusting. And we laugh at y'all. Like, we be laughing, like, look at this bitch. You know what I mean? Because they always have, like, the sleeping pic with the ear in it or the hand on the thigh. Like, they never have no real deal. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a text thread, and it'll be like, open the door, come to the door, come on, heart emoji. You know what I mean? Embarrassing yourselves.
That is embarrassing. Okay, how do you get into entertainment at some point?
No, I was funny all the time, and people always say you're so funny, blah, blah, blah. And I prayed. It sounds corny and not true, but it's true.
All right.
I prayed because I had bought this house. That was my goal. Fell in me, working these bullshit-ass jobs. My thing is I just want to be a homeowner, white picket fence. And I had that at the time, and I felt very empty about it. Like, I didn't feel like, And I'm from a black family. There's not a lot of homeowners. We're from a black poorer family. So people, my family were very excited about it and like congratulating me, but I didn't feel that, you know what I mean? But I prayed. I was like, God, if I'm supposed to, because I was already doing videos and stuff when I would have like a small group of people that no matter where I had a page that they would follow it. And if I didn't have a page, they would like ask around locally, well, where's that page, whatever. I'm like, God, if I'm supposed to do something, can you just give me a sign? So I woke up and posted 2 funny videos like I always do, talking shit about whatever's going on. But I had never did it on Facebook. So I put that on Facebook, and that first video got 3 million views, 3.5 million views my first try on Facebook.
With all the yokels on Facebook.
Yeah, that's the hills have eyes. It's weird over that motherfucker. Because even now, nobody, even my fans, they don't know what that video is. Like, it's just in the deep, dark world of Facebook.
Just a random clip. What were you talking about?
Ugly babies.
Wow.
Yeah, about like my baby was ugly for a little bit, and I prayed on him.
Really?
And I used to use emoji, like filters and shit on him, and I recommended people to use filters on their ugly ass kids.
How old are your kids now?
11 and 7. Got it.
Does
11
either
and
of them
7.
know that you were calling them ugly on the internet?
He's 7, so I'm working to slowing it in there or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta drop it on him, before it get too late.
Me and my girl, like, she posted a picture, like, I don't know, a week or it's like 2 weeks after we had our kid. And
Y'all
like,
did that?
Yeah, but there was a bunch of people calling our kid ugly, and that was deeply upsetting to me. But then at the time, now I can look back on it and be like, damn, we posted some whack ass
Yeah, you
photos.
don't
Like,
do
that was a
that.
bad photo. Yeah.
Like the kid wouldn't clear that.
It's like unfair to the kid to post these shitty ass photos of them when they're
'Cause he can't
fresh up out the
clear it.
womb, their skin's still wrinkly and shit.
But Adam, nobody does. People don't do that. People post the foot and they wait.
Do they?
Yes, nigga, where you been? Nobody does that. People post like they literally do the whole pregnancy, then boom, motherfucker disappeared. They don't post that baby for a while. So that
I
motherfucker
think
get
in
the-
retrospect, I do agree with that.
Of course, Adam, they have to grow into their little face. They like little aliens at first. You know what I mean?
That sucks though that we don't want to post our kids until they look good.
Welcome to 2022.
Because in a perfect world, like, of course, it's fucking fresh up out the womb. She ain't supposed to look good yet.
Right, because the canal fucks with your face and makes it swollen sometimes when you push the baby
Come out covered in blood and goop.
Now that pic is, I'm glad that pic is dead now. Because that
Afterbirth.
shit was, oh my God. Remember that? People used to have pics of that.
Oh, with the blood.
Yeah, it's like us a bit mudge, bitch.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Slow down.
We gave birth with masks on though.
Did y'all?
Coronavirus shit.
That sucks.
I know.
Yeah. Did y'all do like hospital stuff or did y'all do like in the water?
She wanted to do that,
Yeah.
but it was like last minute. She had to get a C-section, so
Oh, I
no
know she
such
was
thing.
disappointed. That's when we wanted to have a natural birth. That's upsetting. It happened to me before.
I thought the natural birth thing sounded like a scam, some bullshit.
Why you think it can't happen?
I just would rather have a doctor around
Okay.
or
I
like a
guess.
team of doctors in a hospital.
But what about a doula? Doulas do that all the time. Erykah Badu is a doula.
Is she?
Or a
Yeah, I
midwife,
definitely
one
want
of
some
them.
doctors. Definitely don't. I definitely don't want Erykah Badu at my birth.
I kind of heard in Massachusetts and the doctors.
Wait, what about
Do
them?
y'all have accents where you from?
Oh yeah, New Hampshire.
Yeah, I kind of heard it.
I don't
with
even
the
know if I
doctors.
could do it anymore, but yeah, we talk like a bunch of fucking
Now you're
yokels.
from here.
Now I'm from here. I have a combination though because I live in Brooklyn and Queens for like 7-8 years, so
How's that?
that was fun.
What part of Brooklyn?
Bushwick, most of it.
I had a good time in Flatbush once.
Once.
Yeah, I went to Juve. I never fucking heard of Juve. Then
What the
I
fuck
go.
is that? It's a club.
No, Juve is it's the festival. If I say this wrong, they're going to be so upset. It's the Caribbean Festival, where they dress up with all the stuff and they look all good.
That doesn't
like
sound like
Carnival
something
almost.
I'd be invited to. Yeah.
No, it's plenty of whites there. Plenty of white. First of all, the whole
Not
Brooklyn's
my
white.
brand.
The whole Brooklyn is pretty white.
I've heard that. That's a thing now, yeah.
It's kind of white.
I've just never been to any other like Caribbean dance events, so I probably
Really?
wouldn't have gone to that one either. Especially since it's on the other side of the country.
Well, I mean, if you lived in Brooklyn for 7, 8 years and you never been to Juve, yeah, that's not your thing.
I was a BMX biker, so I wasn't really trying to get cultured beyond that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
You made the video, got 3 million views.
Go viral.
How do you proceed from there?
I literally do stand up in like a month, sell it out, like cleared the whole shit. These guys made a mistake of letting me be opener. So when I got off the stage, whole crowd leave. Like everything happened was like magical. It was
Wow.
crazy. And then I did more stand up, and then I did a podcast. I did a podcast out of Philadelphia, and I just liked it. Like I was like, oh, this is it. Like how you sit around, and just talk shit or whatever. And then from that podcast, I was on like the huge podcast. I ended up doing $1 million worth of game.
Yeah, but how do you transfer from this smaller one to that?
I don't know, nigga, just had shit start rolling.
They put a call out. They were trying to find.
Yeah, they had a issue with the first host or some old shit. You know what I mean about that? And then it was like a thing where if you made a video talking about you wanted to be on there, blah, blah, blah. And what I remember about that is when they put that video on there, like $1 Million Worth of Game page, it got more views than any of the other posts. So it would have been like you had to give a bitch a shot. And then when I went up there, you know how I go, we ended up doing a bunch of them the same day. So it was like, boom, up higher.
And you were just fucking with them right
I
away.
did
It
it.
was a great rapport.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I'm the type of bitch, like, I could hate you, right? Like, you could stink. These niggas ain't gonna know. Feel me? I'm Aquarius.
Really?
What?
You're good at hiding your true self?
You wouldn't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
You
But
might
you
hate me.
cool.
I don't know. You're going to
Oh,
talk
you
shit about
alright.
me in the Sprinter after?
No.
You can. It's okay.
We ain't in sprinters yet. We in vans.
Okay. I wouldn't hold it against you.
Yeah. No. But seriously, I think that we meshed well. We all from Philly. You know what I mean? We from North Philly at that. We from the same side of Philly. So I think it was a good mesh, and the people really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people got twisted though, because I wasn't a co-host. You feel me? I was just a guest that kind of stayed. So, because a lot of people were like, what happened? Why'd you leave? That I was like, nigga, that wasn't. Like they literally went from me to like big celeb. So I feel like
Right.
it looked right on my end.
Because I've watched a bunch of episodes of their shit, but I always watch the interviews with rappers, like big name rappers and stuff. So I never really noticed that they had co-hosts, but I guess they kind of like stopped doing that at a certain point.
You totally, of all the $1 Million Worth of Game fans, if you didn't really see, you know what I mean? Because that's the for me, that was like the entertaining part. Them two, just going back and forth with each other, or having different people up there. Just them two alone is
So
lit.
did they want it to be like the Joe Budden podcast, where it was just the same cast every week, and then they sort of realized like, oh, we should pivot into interviewing
I would
rappers?
say probably fuck no, because Gillie, I don't think no. I just think that they decided to go that direction with stars.
Well, they're gonna
you
get
know
more
what I
views
mean?
that way, yeah.
Exactly. So, but for you to watch and enjoy that, like you got to go back and look at them Jones, because that's new kind of. That's like the last year or 10 months or something like that. You know what I mean? Probably a year.
But
over
it seems
a
like
year.
that's when they really start blowing up, though.
I don't know, from Philly, so they were big. They were huge. Like when I got on there, it was like, what the fuck? Like niggas straight, like damn. And it wasn't even like a following, but just in the street, people, I definitely feel like I got way more male fans then, because I had more of a female base, you feel me? But I'm funny, so wherever I'm at, niggas fuck with it. Like people like raw shit. It's not a lot of raw comedy out
You
there.
felt like their fan base fucks with you?
It took a second.
Because they have also like the Barstool fans
The
too,
white
right?
boys, yeah. I'd be like, I definitely start getting like the fuck you nigger bitch type DMs.
You got those kind of DMs?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Especially when like anything negative happened, like they'd jump on it a little bit. But what I'll say is that the core Man I was for Game fans, it wasn't just an automatic like, oh, we fuck with this bitch. It was like she loud, she annoying, she ghetto. But by episode like 2 or 3, I was getting shit like, it's weird, she grew on me like fungus a little bit. Stuff like that. Like it was still like, fuck that bitch, but I like that bitch, leave her, keep her. I definitely got a lot of bring her back. Like that was the thing. So that's lit. You know what I mean? But I've done a lot of big podcasts, 85 South Show. Maybe not a lot. That's it.
When did you end up leaving?
Angela Yee and Lip Service.
You were a co-host, or you just been on it a couple
Both.
times? Okay.
Yeah. Angela Yee's cool. She's
So
a
then
little feisty thing.
Gillie canned you because you were 4 hours late to every show?
No. Yeah, that's crazy. See? You see how that is?
Well, I saw a clip on YouTube.
I know. That's crazy. It's crazy because, like, Every time I'm asked about when I was over a game, like I keep it real, like, you know, it's a great opportunity, you know what I mean? And I just made a decision to do that, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like somebody saying something that's not true, like I'm not eating that either. I didn't get fired at all. Like the last conversations we had was like, I'm gonna see you in a second. You know what I mean? Like, listen, we're gonna do this a couple times. I promise you. It was like that. Like, I didn't get fired.
So you didn't get fired?
And I've never been 4 hours late.
They ghosted
ever.
you?
They definitely ghosted me. Definitely
Right.
got ghosted. Like I used to be in a group message, and then like, good morning, niggas, and then that was like, you know what I mean? Good night, nigga. Like it was
Ghosting
over.
is just so much
Yeah.
more normal than like having a conversation about something at this point. Like
Yeah.
I've had actual like big business that I was doing with somebody, and they did something I didn't like, and I just
I
never
mean,
talk to them again.
You can take that, carry that if you want to. I'm from Philadelphia. If a man look me in my eye and tell me something, and then it's something else, you that's it. You're
Right.
that now. Because are you scared of me?
But I'm not gonna lie to him. I'll just once I decide that I'm done with it, I'll just kind of let it go. But
To
also,
ghost completely is pussy in a way.
but I've seen that. I've seen how bad that could be because people really get offended by it, and it makes the situation less amicable.
I didn't get offended by the ghosting at all because I'm a ghoster. I'm an Aquarius. But I was more offended by the we're doing this, we're doing that. Because it's like, I knew that wasn't true then. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it's unnecessary. Like, but yeah, I didn't get fired. Unless I got fired behind the scenes for being 4 hours late. That I never was, unless I got fired behind the scenes and it was that type of situation.
Were
like,
you
niggas
tardy
ghost
in
me.
general, though? Were you?
Yeah, of course I
Okay.
was late. Everybody was late. It's the thing about it is like, and I just had this conversation, is like, we wasn't on no punch clock shit. Niggas got there when they got there, but I have never been the one they waiting on to do some shit. Like, it never was that vibe. Like,
Right.
it's just flat out not true. But I feel like, for me, I did that years ago. Like, who the fuck would even care to, because I believe that the question was like, have you seen her podcast? She doing well. It's like, why the fuck would we be discussing anything other than, yeah, that's what's up, she doing that. You
Right.
feel me? It screams more about you than it does about me.
So you ain't talked to them since then?
No, we don't talk at all. Never did. Never. After.
Did
I
you-
ain't reach out, but
From your perspective, was Gillie like a good person to work with? Because sometimes I'm amazed by, like, I like, just for example, and this, I like what he does, but I watched the episode with Cash Doll, and I felt like I was watching like an older brother fucking with his younger sister. Like, he was just like fucking with her. I almost like couldn't believe it because I just hadn't really seen a podcast where this was the dynamic, and it just makes me wonder what his communication style is like off camera.
I'm gonna say this. He is very respectable off camera. He's very polite, sweet. I'm the little sis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, off camera, in my face.
Right.
Yep, like that.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Why the white girl thing? Did people really think you were white?
Yeah, people call me white. When you from the hood, or you black people, period. When you're lighter, you're the white girl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Was
So-
that tough for you because you obviously don't want to be white? It's
I mean,
wor-
I'm
it's the
pale.
worst
Like, I'm
thing
not just
anyone can
light
say about
skin.
you.
It's white people are not looking good in the press, and I feel like, just period, I really like being a black woman. You know what I mean? And I'm
Right.
not mixed. It's like most people assume that I'm mixed. People say stuff to me like, just because you got black kids don't mean you black, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, people really think that like I'm a white girl.
So
from
you're
the suburbs.
full African or what?
I'm full black American like everybody else, a descendant of a slave somewhere.
Okay.
I can explain where there's white in my family, but I'm not mixed. My mother and my father are black. Their parents are black. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
You
so.
just were like one in a
We
million.
like
You
my
came
mother.
out a little lighter.
My father is dark skinned. His mother's my color.
Okay.
My mother is my color, but she has green eyes. I mean, slavery, Adam. Slavery.
No, I feel you. Have you ever like tried to pass as white, like some Rachel Dolezal shit?
I've tried to get whitey, like doing police stuff, but it never works. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I tried to like sound like, hey, how are you guys? It doesn't really work. No. I've never
sounded so
got
fake.
any like privilege in that way. You know what I mean? That's why
Right.
it's a little frustrating. It's like, when am I a white girl? When I'm the lightest person in the room?
Right.
Don't call me a white girl. It's more wrapped up in me loving being a black woman versus me not liking white people.
Right.
I'll say that.
So when did you decide to make that your brand? Or when
From the beginning.
So that was always.
I'm
something
called
you were-
white girl, so it's just fit. Don't call me white girl. Don't call me no white girl. I'm
Oh.
not white.
But you were a white girl for a while. Like, were you allowing it for a while?
Literally, everybody calls me white girl. It's a confusing thing. People,
Uh-huh.
everybody calls me white girl now. That's the shortening of it.
Okay.
So it still goes. More people call me white girl than Mona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I title this, should it say the Don't Call Me White Girl interview, or should it say the Mona Love interview?
Don't call me white girl for sure, and put 2 E's in the me because they keep deleting my fucking Instagram.
How many times you had to delete it?
Like 3 times last year.
Why? What are you posting?
Nothing. You know why they deleted my page? Because
What?
I'm black.
Damn.
That's what I came up with.
Yeah, shit's insane right
They
now.
do it to black creators more than anybody.
They do it to sex workers like the craziest amount ever. But yes, I noticed that there's a shitload of rappers getting it, and just
For what?
I don't know.
Like, what is the, they'll say harassment and bullying. One time I got inciting a riot.
Right.
Like, just weird shit.
I mean, and it's pretty crazy when you think about how many important black people have had to deal with this, and there's still like no attention on it in the press. When you have Boosie and Blueface, and I seen Benzino doing an
Finally,
interview the
somebody
other
with
day.
some motherfucking sense. It's huge.
But
And it's like,
I was shocked when I heard you talking about it because I'm like, nobody ever talks about this.
and that's why I talk about it so much. And I know I probably annoy people, but I don't think people understand is that motherfuckers building careers on this bitch. So people are literally living a life, and I'm not making any, I'm sure you should have more than one stream of income and blah, blah, blah. You should be professional. Blah. But if you used to making $10,000 a month on your fucking Instagram and you're losing Instagram for no other reason that you could think of other than being a fucking Negro, why, when everybody say the same thing, don't Adam fucking care? Adam Absori? Isn't that his thing?
Yeah, but nobody, like, he won't answer to that in the press. Like, he does Breakfast Club and Charlemagne and them. They don't even know that they're supposed to be calling him out for that.
What?
They
That
didn't
nigga
say
come on
shit
mine.
about it.
Let him come on mine. If
I
he come on this one,
tweeted
bring
at
me.
the motherfucker a million times because my Instagram got deleted like 4 days in a row. It just got deleted. 24 hours later, I was able to get it back. Boom, gone again.
That's what happened to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My girl lost hers. She had 4 million followers.
4 million? I lose 4 million followers. Yeah.
My girl.
I'm going up there.
My
I don't
girl
give a fuck. That's
easily,
too far.
Easily has lost over $1 million in the
Blue
last
check
year.
too?
Yeah.
That's because that's what people tell me. Once you get the blue check, it won't happen. Yes, it will, bitch. The only way my Instagram won't get deleted is if I don't run that motherfucker.
The most famous porn stars in the world get their shit deleted no matter what they post. All the time.
That's crazy to me. I don't know. Something needs to happen. And you know what I think we should do? We should fucking stop using that bitch all together at the same time.
Right.
Boycott that motherfucker.
That'd be nice.
You too. Yeah, that's
know if I
right.
got
Oh
that.
no, fuck that.
I still got mine going on.
Listen, I kid you not. I lost the page. I was so upset. I cried over it, right? Then I said, I'll make myself feel better. I prop my phone up. I go live. Boom, that's the biggest video I ever did. Why You Being Weird to Me? That's huge. It's in songs, it's in this, it's in that. People clearing it for their albums, all kind of shit, right? But that came from that. I had 500 followers. That shit went dumb viral. I ended up with like 200K. In 2 weeks, they delete that bitch right after. I had that page for 4 weeks. Like, how is that fair? And even this one, I had it in September, but it's like...
But it's
It's
weird
like-
because you're so used to seeing people in the media want to cover black people and women being discriminated against in our culture. You
Right.
see this every fucking day. But somehow the biggest tech company deleting a lot of, as you say, black people and women, it doesn't get any attention. Nobody gives a fuck. It makes no sense to me. If the New York Times did like a big fucking expose about how fucked up shit really is, because the truth is that there are people on Instagram that you could pay like a couple $100 to get anybody's Instagram deleted.
Can you give me the name, please? I don't have a problem paying Adam. I don't know the right niggas.
No, but not to get it back, but like to get deleted.
You could pay to get somebody's shit going?
Yeah, like I know people who told me that if I pay like $200, I could get anybody's Instagram deleted.
Are you fucking serious?
Isn't that insane?
Niggas, some people don't like me.
And
That's bad.
they must know that it's happening.
This is the thing else I don't like, that they won't answer to shadow ban. Shadow ban
And they
is
won't
for
even
real.
acknowledge that it exists.
Shadow ban is for real. Right now, I am shadow banned, and the page is so new. I seen it happen this time, where my views automatically go down, and people doing shit like posting this. If you see this comment and all that, fuck all that. You're shadow banned. You're shadow banned. I don't think it ever goes away. And the proof is when you have to type that name in. That's how you know. But why won't y'all say anything about it? I don't understand.
They won't
it.
even admit that it exists, even though, I mean, it happened to No Jumper for a while this year. I seen it happen to Academics. I went to look for his page the other day. I couldn't get it unless I typed in the whole name.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I don't know. But you're the first person that actually gives a fuck. When I had these conversations, people like, like, no, we're supposed to do something about that.
Well, the
you
worst
can't do
part-
shit now. We gonna just let that slide. I don't get that.
My girl was pregnant for like 9 months, so she was barely posting on her account with 4 million, and she gets the shit deleted basically right before she has the baby, that's why it's extra fucked up, is because she didn't post anything. So it's like almost nothing to get her account taken down. Then she has the baby, she starts another account, she gets it up to like 800K, and then one day, boom, it's gone. for nothing.
For nothing. That's
And it's
what's
not
going
like she's
on.
linking to her OnlyFans or anything. She's terrified. She's way too scared to link to her OnlyFans.
That's crazy. Why can't you? This doesn't make any sense.
But then meanwhile, YouTube and Twitter are pretty reasonable with their system of people getting deleted and everything, which is nice. That
Twitter don't give a fuck.
Twitter pretty much lets people rock. And then YouTube is very, very hard to get taken down. And I've seen some shady shit, but for the most part, it's hard to get deleted on YouTube.
Yeah, my YouTube, I'm dry. I'm ashy on YouTube.
Really?
It's another word. I'm really an Instagram girl, so it bothers me how it is. Because I'm this close to leaving. Because, you know, apps will pay you. Bigo pays you to go live. That's why all them niggas on there that used to be on, like, Love and Hip Hop. Because they're getting paid. You know what I mean? You get paid to go live on Bigo for fucking facts.
It's called Bigo?
Bigo. It's an Asian company. Like a social media company. But
TikTok's
everybody's
all
on
fucked
there.
up, too.
TikTok is... They did that 20 best creators, not one Negro on the list. How, Adam? How? How's that possible?
I don't know.
How does something like that happen?
We're going to have to ask the Chinese government.
Yeah, I guess.
They're running that shit.
Yeah, TikTok's weird.
But they delete people left and right.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Every TikTok video I have is muted.
Really?
There's not really one where I'm talking. They take my words off. I guess because it's graphic or whatever. Like, I can't even use my shit over there.
Yeah, you really can't swear on there. That's a huge thing.
But my voice is viral there. Millions and millions and millions of people do my shit, but they know where to time it. Like, they know where to start it and end it, where it's just as acceptable as it's going to be. You know what I mean? And then they'll use that one. But me, if I just open my mouth, I think it's because my voice too deep for TikTok. Like, my shit husky. How you doing, Adam? You know what I mean?
You smoke? Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, I
you with
smoke
Black
Black
and
and
Mild.
Mild. I'm a Black and Mild girl.
Oh, so that's an everyday thing for you.
Mind your business, Adam.
You've been doing that since you were a seed or what?
No, I've been smoking blacks for a while now, a couple years. I used to smoke weed a lot, cut down on the weed, and I smoked Al Capone's a little. Then I went to Black and Miles. Never did cigarettes though.
Really?
I'm a black girl.
Not
I
if you
smoke
ever drunk?
blacks. Fuck no, I smoke a black. But I don't like really getting drunk. That's not my thing.
If I was drunk and I smoke a black, I'm done.
Yeah.
Put me in the Uber. I'm going to bed. This shit hit like a fucking brick.
Do you smoke cigarettes when you drunk?
Yeah.
100s or shorts?
Really whatever. I hate Newports. I hate menthol cigarettes in general. I like Marlboro Lights.
Wow, I would think you was a Newport guy.
American Spirits are too crazy.
Yeah. Do you smoke cigarettes when you're sober?
I smoke blunts.
Okay.
And then if I run into somebody with cigarettes, a lot of times I'll end up smoking with them. Me and Joe Budden, we blew down a few Marlboros on here.
That's cool. Joe Budden's cool.
Yeah. You like him?
Yeah, I like Joe Budden.
Okay. You ever met him?
No, I haven't. Nah.
I only like him for the cigarettes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Just kidding.
The most I got of Joe Budden, honestly, was Love and Hip Hop. I watched that
Really?
all his seasons there. He proposed to the girl in Times Square. She told that nigga no.
See, I watched like that part. Like that was a weird thing for me, like being a Joe Budden fan for so many years and just knowing that there's all this fruity ass shit happening on Love and Hip Hop, and
Yeah.
I don't know about it because I don't want to watch that, but I did see some of those clips.
Yeah, he got on his knee. Times Square. The bitch said no.
Right.
Yeah, she did. Nope.
And you felt her on that or what?
No. I probably would have said yeah. I'm the type that would have said yeah and then told him at home like we ain't
The
doing it.
crazy thing for me when I watch Love and Hip Hop is like, holy shit, this is a show that has been created just to make the dudes look stupid and to glorify the women.
You think so?
Yes, that's like every narrative in the show is like, look how smart she is and look at this dumb fuck begging for her attention.
I actually honestly hate it. I think that I think it lacks creativity. I'm a rap fan. I love rap. I watch rap get bigger and bigger, you know. I'm born in the 80s where it was like, is that a real genre? You know what I mean? Those days. So like I feel like Love and Hip Hop is fitting. Just another piece of like showing, you know, hip hop in a different way. It's so many things they could have did with that. But they just tried to repeat the same stupid, corny-ass narrative over and over. Like, you get a Stevie J and try to make another Stevie J. You feel me? Like,
It kind of makes hip hop look retarded.
It really sucks. It lacks creativity. They need writers over. They need to lack less writers. Pick some interesting motherfuckers. Let them tell their story.
Right.
You can spice it up a bit, but you ain't gotta like the people that I know personally on Love and Hip Hop tell me that they weren't really able to do their thing.
Oh,
Even
no.
promoting their
It's so
shit. It was
fake,
like,
bro.
yo, you're the whore, you're the side whore, you be that. That's corny.
I'm watching it and it's like, oh, look, it's Papoose and Joe Budden in a pool hall just sort of talking about their problems and it's just them. I'm like, I'm sure this would ever happen. Like, I'm sure Papoose and Joe Budden just meet up for a beer.
Yeah, it's corny.
Come on.
It's corny. It's like, and then it's like, because I love Jimmy and Chrissy. Like, I was on deck. That first joint, I'm like, I'm watching this, I'm in it. They left so fast. The shit got corny so fast. And then it was just like, this sucks. But then came Jocelyn and Stevie. That was good TV. First 2 seasons, Jocelyn, when they forced Scrappy and the baby mom, Good TV, nigga.
See, I'm glad I don't know about this. Like, I'm glad that my Jim Jones fandom can just exist outside of knowing about whatever weird reality TV shit he did.
Honestly, nothing he did was weird there. Like, I
Right.
think as far as, like, niggas, like, men, he ain't go out bad. Like, he literally, like, grabs cameramen by their fucking collar and toss them niggas. Like, he on some gangster shit. It looks, like, tough.
I like Jim Jones.
Yeah, I do, too. I love Chrissy. I love Chrissy.
I don't even
It's
remember
kind of
that.
weird.
I know that's his girl.
It's his woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love her a lot. It's a little weird.
I try not to pay attention to rappers' significant others. I don't
You know
wanna
what I tell
about
people all
that
the time? We didn't, and that's what Chrissy. I just love Chrissy for her, like who she is. Like besides, he just introduced me to her, but you know what I mean. But we didn't grow up with that. Like even when you think about how they looked, you know what I mean. Like they weren't like this bad bitch. Some niggas still was with the bitch from high school. You know what I mean. So it was like this new age of like you follow that girl's a brand or whatever. That's kind of new. We didn't do that.
Yeah, did you ever think about taking that path at one point? Like, oh, I'm gonna just become Petey Crack's baby mama and I'm gonna just rock with that.
Well, like I said, we weren't back when PD Crack was popping. Nobody cared about their wives. It just wasn't a thing.
Without social media, how would anyone even know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like now is a different day and time. And to be honest, like I don't know. You know, the kids like what they like. You feel me? But even with us, like I think about like DMX's wife, L Cool J wife. Like, bro, they weren't famous people. It just didn't go like that. So no, I didn't aspire for that anything.
You're
I
not
didn't-
thinking about it now? Get some baby mama clout?
I mean, I have said a couple times I stopped this whole thing to fuck with the right one.
Ooh. You think you got another kid in you, or are you happy with two?
I would like more, like a lot. Like I would like a whole lot, like a whole little set. We married, we all got the same name on the mailbox.
Right.
But it's like you gotta get the situation. Because
Yeah.
the guy is like, he's half the battle. You know what I mean?
Right. If you found the right guy, though, now knock out a couple more kids with him.
Find the right guy or not, I'm having another baby.
Cross your
Or two.
fingers, pray that this is the dude and he's not gonna fuck it up.
You know what I've been saying lately? If I meet a guy and the vibe's good and he told me like he got topped off by a dude, I would stick with him. That's how slim the pickings are. It's just honest. Most of them gay anyway. We could talk about it later.
But you're not supposed to care as a woman in this woke era.
It's not even that woke era. It's like I just think, like let's say you grow up with 8 dudes, 8 to 10 guys, right? I feel like out the 8 to 10, 2 of them fuck the guy. They just can't tell you.
You think that 25% of men are
Yes.
have done gay shit?
I'm glad you did it like that.
Hell no.
Yeah, I do.
It's
I
less
believe
than
it.
10 on average.
Say that like personal experience.
I feel like I've read studies that suggested that it's less than 10, more like 5%. I mean, how many fucking gay dudes have you met in your life? It's like a unicorn. I met a couple, but
I've met so many that are, it's a secret and only I know.
I feel like, you know, the,
Like
the
what?
media spends so much time talking about gay people and trans people, but like, I don't know. Like, I'll be at the 7-Eleven. I don't really see that many.
I feel like my community, the black community, is not really welcoming the gay people as far as coming out.
Because
So
they
I feel
form
like
their own little neighborhoods and colonies away from
For sure.
all the boring heterosexual people.
For sure. But I feel like until it's a time where, like, this is how I explain it. The little toddlers I remember that seem like they could be gay or feminine or whatever you want to call it, they're all gay teenagers now, right? Because I'm older. So I feel like if it wasn't such a girl, there's Lisa with her gay ass son versus, hey, Lisa, you know, I'm your big sister, I'm your big cousin. Have you ever thought if he's gay, how would you handle whatever? Maybe the whole family can open up to it a little more because you ain't going to stop it just by not speaking to these motherfuckers or cutting
Right.
them off or whatever happens at Biloxi. You know what I mean?
I know someone, a friend of mine, whose kid is like 8 years old, and they're pretty sure he's gay, and they have a very good attitude about it.
Right.
And I'm like, that's nice.
Exactly. Like for me, if my son was trans, I would fix his fucking lace front. Do I want my son to be trans? No, but I want him to be happy. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about that. Like I really would not be disappointed if this nigga start wearing dresses.
The question is just how hardcore your son would have to be for you to just accept, like, okay, we're putting you on puberty blockers, we're gonna put you on estrogen, whatever the fuck
no,
hormones
that's
it is.
a whole nother subject. You know
How
what I
old do they
mean?
need to be before you start helping them transfer over to the dark side?
To me, like teenage, like at least towards grown type vibe. And I don't know if that's too late, but it's like, I don't have the time to add that doctor to the list. Like we already got the regular doctor, the dentist and shit. You know,
Yeah.
you got to handle them appointments on your own.
I wouldn't have trusted me about anything when I was 13.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I felt like a boy for a long time.
You're very susceptible to like stuff that's around you as a young person. You know, if you've kind of heard the idea of like, hey, maybe you could be a guy. Like, I feel like a lot of girls be like, shit, maybe I could be a guy.
Yeah, I think I could have at some point for sure. Yeah, everybody thought I was like lesbian, and my family were so surprised when I had a daughter.
I have
'Cause
my doubts as well.
I've never had any
I'm just
pussy.
kidding.
Yeah,
Really?
Not yet.
Never been tempted to eat one?
That's the part I can't get with. Like, I want a bitch. I want to go with her. I want to, like, touch her titties, but I don't want to eat no pussy. That's
But you'll let her
lie.
eat you out.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, it just seems like such a hard job.
That's
so
how you know that
breathe?
girls being gay is so different than dudes being gay. Because, you know, I don't know a motherfucking dude who would be like, yeah, I'll let him top me off.
I do.
They got to be out there, but I don't know.
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Jesus. So how'd you end up getting your own new podcast that you've been doing for what, like a year now or
Well,
something?
honestly, before $1 Million Worth of Game, any of those other big ones, I did my own.
Okay.
I did my own for like 2-3 months, and then nobody watched. Right? It sucked so bad, and it was really long. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew that I wanted to do it again. You know, but I just kind of like student of the game type shit, trying to learn on my way or whatever. And then Dave Mays comes along. So me and Dave Mays, we meet. We really like each other. We got to know each other for a long time. We did a lot of talking and FaceTiming and shit.
And he was starting a media company.
He was starting that media company. He wanted to start out with me. So first of all, I am a 90s rap lover kid, right?
Okay.
So the fact that it's Dave Mays was just like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he's an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like I understood him a little bit. He's cool. But I like the idea of what they were doing. You know what I mean? Because they want to start an app themselves. Like, that's in the future for Breakbeat Media.
Okay.
Having an app where you don't have to worry about getting deleted because you're black.
Wow.
You know, that's in the near future here. But he started the media company, creative freedom, all that. We work together. It doesn't feel like a boss type of, you know, work together on shit. And it's coming to fruition. Like, I like it. Honestly, the only thing that's shocking is I didn't know some people would like it so fast. I'm doing good.
Really?
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know one suggestion I have for you?
What?
You got to make it so that all the episodes don't have the same thumbnail on YouTube.
Okay.
Because then it's like hard for the audience to differentiate.
Okay. Thanks, Adam Jumper.
Just a tip.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have you watched, really? Honestly?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Do you laugh?
I laughed.
Okay.
I also watched you do that weird press conference where you sat up there in front of all those people and just talked about it when you announced it. I was watching that and then I started to feel like, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be watching this.
That was the pilot. Yeah.
Oh, that was the pilot.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was a live audience. That was like my special fans.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I feel like where we at now, it is way different or whatever. I feel like that podcast is like stand-up almost. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have always the same cast of people with you when you're on it?
Yeah, it's usually me and Phelps, and then one of my producers, he'll sit there as well. But I definitely knew I didn't want to host. Like, I wanted to do it by myself. So if I have guests, I have guests on, but I want to hold it down alone. I wanted to do it alone.
I watched you interview fucking, what's her name? Somebody's baby mama.
Ari did on.
Whose baby mama is she?
That's my
I forget.
friend. Yeah, that's my friend.
Okay.
Yes, she's a really sweet person.
Right. I was like, damn, I didn't know this girl did interviews.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That was our first one ever.
Yeah, because she wanted to support a friend because she's a really great person.
Wow.
Yep, and
That's
she smells
nice.
good, and her ass is really fat,
Really?
and her thighs match.
Damn.
Yeah, she smells really good too.
So you're a BBL admirer?
Honestly, I used to be, but the ass is so lopsided lately. You know
Are
what I
they?
mean? I'm seeing a lot of bad shit. You know, it's making me not want to do it. I wanted to do it. I was gonna lay on the table, Adam.
Really?
I did it on live for the discount.
That might be good for your podcasting career, don't you
I
think?
will do it on the podcast.
Guys love them.
At the end of the day, we're in America. The best you look, the better you do, flat out.
Yeah.
So what's up?
It is what it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it. But it's just, I always say ass, so I just maybe just do shaping instead of adding. Because I do not like what I'm seeing. Like, up close, yikes. That's why I said, like, all right, look real good. Like, all the way around. A lot of the set, when I'm seeing some of these girls, no shade, that I've, like, really looked at on Instagram, like, damn, they look so good. They don't look like that, yo. That shit is like, yo, you gotta pick the right nigga, or your titty going to the left forever. You know what I mean?
I've seen so many amazing BBLs over the years.
Have
and then
you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I've seen a lot that I'm just like, oh, no.
I'm scared a little bit.
That one didn't work out.
Yeah.
There's like a 1 in 3,000 chance you dying, I think.
And then it's just a lot, the healing, blah, 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 blah. So all the work that I did want, I probably won't get as much, but I'm getting some, though. I'm pro plastic surgery.
Right. You're getting paid like that?
No, I said I'm pro plastic surgery.
No,
I didn't
but
say
you're
I
getting paid
haven't.
enough that you're like, oh, let's just redo everything.
First of all, I know bitches in the projects that work. You don't need money to get work done no more.
You don't?
Finance that bitch like a Kia.
Yeah.
$99 a month.
I remember the first time I found out that there were girls putting titties on layaway. I was
What?
just like, what?
I'm pro titties on layaway too. Go girl, get your care credit on.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's an investment that'll pay for itself if you're smart. So
Sometimes these bitches ain't paying it back, but I don't want to say too much.
really,
But
you go in there with a fake ID.
listen, look, I can't because they know me, but you know,
Maybe I'll do that for the dick implant.
yeah. Would you do that
No, but I would probably just pay for it. But I'm also not going to do that.
if a dick is like 5-ish? You should invest in yourself.
$5
that way.
grand?
5 inches.
If it gets you an extra 5 inches, then yeah, dudes are gonna be lining up.
Yeah.
Because then you could go from like a mid, you could do a terrible dick to a big ass dick in 5 inches.
I saw a nigga get his calves lengthened because he had bitch ass calves. He made his calves look more manly.
You talking about from MTV back in the day?
Remember that? Remember that?
No, you got an implant in there.
Okay, but it look good.
Yeah,
They look good. But right now, you could get yourself taller. You could get your legs extended a bit.
that's the gayest shit I ever heard. No,
The
no, I'm
healing is
talking about
rough.
the calf implant. The what do they call it? The knee BL.
Oh, okay.
That's big though. They'd be talking about that a lot.
Yeah. I didn't know men felt so bad about their bitch ass calves.
I don't give a fuck about
I
the calves.
wouldn't
I'm
give
talking
a
about the
fuck.
height thing, dudes. If they could be 2 or 3 inches taller, holy shit, they'll do anything for that.
I don't know. I like short guys. They don't bother me.
Do you really?
I don't bother. I'm not like a looks person. I dated 2 guys with one eye, too.
Wow.
Yeah. The guy I told you that died earlier, he had one eye. His name was House. From North Philly. Lehigh Avenue. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have a problem dropping names.
No,
Clearly.
that's cool. No, I was laughing because we got a guy who does podcast here, House Phone.
Oh.
So it's not exactly the same, but it's close.
Yeah.
He has both
The
eyes
ski
for
guy,
now.
I like the ski guy better.
You like ski?
Yeah.
I like that. He's a real one.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
crib.
Big old one.
We're
Yeah.
going to Compton. You going to take me to Compton?
Yep. I had to go to the Compton courthouse.
Yep.
This dude was trying to sue me, claiming that I ripped him off for money because somebody else was pretending to be me,
Oh,
ripping him off
shit.
for money.
Yeah.
And so I had to go to the Compton courthouse. I had to park at Big Ski's house, and then he walked my ass over to the Compton courthouse. And
Compton has his own courthouse?
oh yeah,
Damn, that's
it's kind of like their whole thing.
shit.
It's huge.
Wow.
It's like the main
I
center
can't
of the
fucking
city.
wait. Take me over there.
Oh yeah, you'll love it.
I have a sick obsession with the ghetto. Like everywhere I want to go, I want to see it.
You know the best part about the Compton courthouse? You could throw a rock and hit the Popeyes across the street.
That's racist, but whatever.
Well, I just like Popeyes.
Yeah,
I mean, you could throw a fucking rock and hit a Popeyes over there too. So.
I don't know. I need to try some food over here though. Some like good LA food.
You been
That's
to
on a
Roscoe's?
mission. No, I didn't. I just think I assumed I wouldn't like it.
If you want to eat a waffle with fried chicken next to it, then you go to
I
Roscoe's.
pass. I
I'm
want
trying to think of
something
what
good.
else. You want some bougie ass? Go to Earth Cafe.
No, I
You're
don't
not
want
gonna
nothing
like
bougie.
it.
I want something that's like the essence of LA when I eat it. Should be at a truck or something.
Truck?
I mean,
don't know. There
what
are
they
so many
is,
trucks, but I'm not sure if any of them are really like the truck.
Just give me somewhere to go.
Postmates everything.
You don't leave the house because of COVID.
You live in Philly, you just eat cheesesteaks every day?
Yeah, kinda.
For real?
Yeah, they're good. Cheesesteaks, strombolis.
I noticed on Postmates the other day that it's like they had like a fucking cheese, a taste of Philly or some shit.
Yeah. Have you ever had a cheesesteak in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Don't say
Fucking hell.
Geno's.
Probably Wawa.
Oh, that sucks. No, because most people come over and they go to the tourist spots, and they're not. That's not a good cheesesteak.
I know I had some authentic ass ones throughout the years, but I probably had more from Wawa.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
damn.
it's there, you know?
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I lived in New York for all those years. I spent a lot of time in Philly.
Yeah.
I remember one time I took the Chinatown bus from Manhattan to Philly to fuck this girl. I came in like probably like a minute and then just passed out on the couch, woke up. It was like 9 a.m. She's getting ready for work.
Yeah.
I was really like, what am I doing with my life?
That Chinatown bus smells like that blue water and turds.
Yeah.
I don't like. I
Yeah,
can't
it
do
does. It smells like a public pool.
that part of my journey. I can't beat. It's like you're supposed to run up to New York and work. It's like nah, nigga.
You never been on the Feng Hua?
No, I've Ubered there a couple times on some shit. But
Rich shit right there. Wow.
yeah, we've Ubered up there.
Yeah.
Ubers have all.
$10 Feng Hua bus. I don't know. All right, so where should they watch your podcast? What do we need to know about you since it's being told to me that you have to go?
Well, don't call me white girl's my name on Instagram. 2 E's in the me because I'm ducking IG police. Fuck you, Adam. And my podcast, you can listen to that anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's my fucking name. Don't call me white girl. I feel like none of your fans are my fans, so this is going to be really effective for my
I'm
shit.
sure our 5% female audience will love you.
You have a 5% female audience?
Something like that.
Y'all should have told me so I could have cocked this ass up a little bit while I sat. But don't call me white girl. Linktree in my fucking bio. You can find my YouTube, find behind the scenes shit. And you can listen to my podcast anywhere we drop on Tuesdays. Audio or visual is on Breakbeat Media's YouTube page on Wednesday. And you can call a number and get advice or just tell me you think I'm a stupid bitch. That's in the podcast description.
That way.
Name of the podcast, Don't Call Me White Girl. That's me. That's Adam Jumper. Thanks for tuning in.
Whenever I talk to Walker, he just calls me Jump.
I'll stick with Adam.
Like, he thinks that that's my name. I'm not going to correct him. Like, fuck it. You can call me whatever you want. You going to stop by next time you're in LA?
Yeah, I will come by.
I feel like they would want to see us do more content together.
All right. Did you like it? Did you like our back and forth?
I like it.
All
Your
right.
phone case is very confusing.
My bed is calling me.
It's like a joke about you liking to sleep.
Juice gave me this. Yeah, it was a gift.
That's cool. I appreciate you.
I'll come back for sure.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Don't Call Me White Girl. Mona Love, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. Like, comment, subscribe, nojumper.com if you want to support. And shout out to our sponsor, Big Chief. We can get big high after this.